I think this man is a brilliant psychologist. He's simply incredible. Over the years, I've learned so much from him. But I'll tell you, and it's kind of difficult to say. It's a little bit presumptuous, but I think that Jordan Peterson doesn't know the first thing about relationships. I don't think he understands how communication works within a relationship, especially as it applies to women.
You know, your wife says, do I look fat in this dress? Or maybe she says, how do I look in this dress? And you think you don't like that dress. And, you know, the easy thing to do is to say, I love it, dear, whatever you want. Or, you know, of course not. And that's a white lie. But that's not the optimal answer. Like, a better answer to that is, don't ask me questions like that. And then you can have a discussion about it. See, the thing is, I bought a lot of clothes for my wife. I like clothes shopping for my wife. And I tell her how I think she looks. And the advantage to that is that if I tell her that she looks good, she knows I mean it, right? I'm not muddying up the water.
Look, in all reality, I think communication is the most important aspect of any relationship, especially marriage. But I think he's forgetting one thing. And that one thing is that men communicate very differently from women. The way men communicate amongst themselves is very different than the way women talk to one another. And from that perspective, you have to consider the impact your communication will have on your wife or on your husband. So you have to really adjust your communication pattern to the recipient. So if you're a man and you're speaking to a woman, you have no choice but to adjust the way you communicate. You have to. And to ignore that simply means that your communication will not work. It will not be real. It will be insincere. And both people can try, they can make an attempt to make it look like it works, but it's not going to work. As a man, you have to adjust your communication pattern to a woman. And as a woman, you have to kind of think about what is it going to be perceived like by a man. But much more important for a man to think about this. And so with that in mind, you can't just throw words around. You cannot be as direct. You cannot be as straightforward as you would have been with a man, because you're not speaking to a man. And it's very, very important to remember, because that's how it works in the real world.